right, this is video number 2, lesson 2 in my beginner ukulele series. So in our last lesson, I did like a 20-minute lesson, and then there was a 5-minute practice lesson that went along with it. And there were some key points that I focused on in that practice lesson. And those things we're going to review now, and then we'll move on to some new information. So the first thing we learned was the parts of the instrument, the string names, and then we learned the playing position, and then we learned a C6 chord, and then we learned a C chord. Okay, so the names of the strings, just to review, are G, C, E, A. And then the parts of the instrument, I'm not going to go over that right now, because if you'd like to review that, you can go back and look at that earlier video. And we learned the playing position, where we place the back of the ukulele on the arm with the wrist straight, thumb placed in the upright position, thumbs up position, the back of the instrument. The C6 chord is played by strumming the open strings. That means you're not pressing any fingers down. We use the thumb in a downward motion. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. Okay, so that's the C6 chord. And then we learned the regular C chord, which there's a little phrase that we can chant to help us remember that. How do you play a C chord? Third finger, third fret, A string. How do you play a C chord? Third finger, third fret, A string. How do you play a C chord? Third finger, third fret, A string. Okay, so that's the C chord. And to play it, we're gonna take our third finger, which is the ring finger, with the tip of the finger, find the third fret of the A string using the very tip of the finger, making sure that when you press down, that you're pressing hard enough to where the string engages with the wood. And then we can strum down. Okay, so now we're gonna play a little song about the C chord. Strum the C chord, strum the C chord all day long, all day long. I like playing C chord, I like playing C chord all day long, all day long. Strum the C chord, strum the C chord all day long, all day long. I like playing C chord, I like playing C chord all day long, all day long. All right, we played our first song. You could also play Frere Jacques. You probably noticed that I used the tune of Frere Jacques for the little strum the C chord song. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna learn a new chord. All right, so now this is where it's gonna start getting exciting. So, okay, so we learned the C chord. All right, the next chord that we are going to learn is a C7 chord. Okay, so we learned a C6, we learned a C, and we learned a C7. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your first finger and you're gonna place it on the first fret of the A string. All right, so we can make a little song about that. How do you play a C7 chord? First finger, first fret, A string. How do you play a C7 chord? First finger, first fret, A string. How do you play a C7 chord? First finger, first fret, A string. How do you play a C7 chord? First finger, first fret, A string. Okay, so let's go in our playing position. So we're gonna put the ukulele against the inner bicep and holding in the crook of the arm with our nice thumbs up position with the wrist nice and straight like this. Taking our first finger, which is our index finger, and finding the first fret of the A string. And we're gonna play a C7 chord. It's gonna sound like this. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. All right, we learned a new chord. So now we know 3 chords. We know a C6, we know a C, and we know a C7. Okay, so now we are going to learn an A minor chord. And you'll notice that these first chords that we're learning, they're all chords that you can play with one finger. Okay, so all right, so let's learn an A minor chord. Okay, so let's break it down. So to play an A minor chord, you use your second finger, which is your middle finger, on the second fret of the G string. Okay, so how do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. How do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. How do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. How do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. Okay, so now we're gonna find the second finger on the second fret of the G string. Okay, so let's get into our playing position. Play position, finding our thumbs up, and we're gonna find the second finger, which is the middle finger. And we're gonna go to the top string, which is the G string, and we're gonna find the second fret and press using the tip of the finger so that the finger is nice and curved, like this. Okay, we don't want like this. We want it to be nice and curved so that we can have a lot of mobility with our fingers. Okay, so here's the A minor chord. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. Okay, that's it, A minor. So we learned a new chord, A minor chord. Okay, so now we're gonna take, now we know 4 chords. We know C6, we know C, we know C7, and we know A minor. Okay, so now we're gonna practice switching between some of those chords. And we're gonna try to do it in time because that is a skill that will help you as you begin to learn songs, which is gonna be really soon because with just a few chords, you can play songs. Well, actually, we already played a song. We played the Frere Jacques, I Play the C chord song. So we're ready to play songs. Yeah, so we're gonna practice switching between some of these chords. All right, so first, let's try switching between the C and the C7. Okay, so what you're gonna do is find your play position, and then you're gonna take, using the upright thumb position, you're gonna take the, find the third finger, third fret on the A string, using the tip of the finger. That is the C chord, right? Now, to play the C7 chord, you're gonna place your first finger on the first fret of the A string, first finger, first fret, A string. You see like that? So what you're doing is you're switching between this finger and this finger. And actually, when you put your third finger down, you can keep your first finger down so that it kind of gives you like a reference point, or it kind of helps your hand stay more stable. Okay, so let's just try that a little bit. So we're gonna hold the third finger down for a count of 4, and then we're gonna lift the third finger and keep the first finger down for a count of 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C7, 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 C7. C, 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 C7, 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 C7. Okay, so you can really practice that without strumming, so that you can, you can look at your fingers, you kind of have to turn your head. This is where sometimes people get into like doing funny things with the ukulele, like kind of turning it like this or whatever, but you want to make sure that you keep your instrument against your bicep in the crook of your arm, and you can kind of like turn your head to gaze at your fingers. Just make sure that you don't compromise your proper playing position as you're trying to look at your fingers. So yeah, switching between C and C7. Okay, so let's try it with some strumming now. So we're gonna do the same thing, a count of 4 of C and then a count 4 of C7. We're just gonna keep that real simple downstroke strumming using the thumb. Okay, here we go. We got our C down. And you can do like this and lift the first finger, or you can keep it down and like this, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C7, C7, C7. C, 3, 4, C7. C, C7. C, C7. And you could make a song with this. C7. Sunny day in Austin. It's pretty hot outside. Playing ukulele inside. All right. And that's it. Switching from C to C7. Okay, so we learned how to switch, and now we're gonna practice switching from C to another chord that we learned, A minor. Okay, so we're gonna do a similar thing where we can practice without strumming first. So finding our correct play position, taking the third finger, place it on the third fret of the A string for the C, and then we're going to switch back and forth from C to A minor. So how do you play the C chord? Third finger, third fret, A string. How do you play the A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. Second finger, second fret, G string. Second finger, second fret, G string. Okay, so what you're gonna do is practice with a 4 count. So it's really great to introduce counting and time right from the very beginning, because that will help you to internalize it, and that will help you to begin to understand the structure of chord changes right from the beginning. Okay, so here we are with the C chord, and we're gonna do a 4 count of C, and then we're gonna switch to A minor. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. A minor, 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 minor. C, 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 C. A minor. 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor. 2, 3, 4. All right, great. Now we're going to do it with some strumming. We're going to do the downstroke strumming. There's a lot of different really cool strumming patterns that we're going to learn. For now, we're just keeping it real simple and just doing the downstrokes so that we can really get that feel of counting. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, A minor, C, A minor, C, A minor, C, A minor. It's a sunny day in Austin. Pretty hot outside. A sunny day in Austin. It's pretty hot outside. Ooh. C, A minor. C, A minor. All right. So I really encourage you to have fun with it. You can make up your own little songs, or you know, just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Have fun. Okay, so there's that. The switching from C to A minor. Okay, so now we are going to learn one more chord. Okay, so the next chord we're going to learn is called an F chord. Okay, so this is the first chord where we use more than one finger to play. But what's cool about it is you can take what you have done with the A minor and you're just going to add one more finger. And also what you learned with the C7, all you're going to do is move up one. So it's like piecing together skill that you've already learned. Okay, so F chord. Okay, so first you're gonna find your playing position like this, okay? And then you're gonna find your A minor chord. So how do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. How do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. How do you play an A minor chord? Second finger, second fret, G string. Okay, you got your A minor chord. Now we're gonna find the F chord. So I mentioned that there's a similarity. So if you think about with the F chord and the C7 chord, in that you're on the first fret, so all you have to do is move it up one, okay? And so what you'll do, you have your second finger on the second fret of the G string, and then you're gonna take your first finger and put it on the first fret of the E string, okay? And that is the F chord. So second finger, second fret, G string, first finger, first fret, E string. Okay, so how do you play an F chord? Second finger, second fret, G string, first finger, first fret, E string. How do you play an F chord? Second finger, second fret, G string, first finger, first fret, E string. How do you play an F chord? Second finger, second fret, G string, first finger, first fret, E string. How do you play an F chord? Second finger, second fret, G string, first finger, first fret, E string. Okay, so that's it right there. F chord. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we're going to strum an F chord. All right, so let's we can go back and forth. So my turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. My turn, ready, play. Your My turn, ready, play. Your turn, ready, play. Okay, great. So now we know an F chord. Okay, so how many chords do we know now? We know C6, C7, C, A minor, F. You already know 5 chords. We're only on lesson 2 and you already know 5 chords. That's pretty awesome. And with only like 1 or 2 more chords, we're gonna be able to start playing lots of songs. We can already play songs with what we know now, but with just a couple more chords, you could play so many songs. Excuse me, got the allergies, Texas allergies. Okay, so yeah, all right, so that's the F chord. Okay, so we're gonna add another layer, one more layer. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to switch from the C to the F, okay? So how we're gonna do that is we are going to find our C chord, so we find our playing position, and then we do the 3rd finger, 3rd fret on the A string, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna strum 4 strums of C and then 4 strums of F. And so we may need to practice, you know, placing the F chord some more. So we can try this, but if you're having trouble switching, then you can go back and you can do a little exercise, which I'll put this exercise in that little 5-minute practice thing that I'm gonna do. But just placing and lifting the fingers, this is a good way to practice that. So, and you can also like say the little phrase while you're doing it. So like, how do you play the F chord? 2nd finger, 2nd fret, G string, 1st finger, 1st fret, E string. How do you play the F chord? 2nd finger, 2nd fret, G string, 1st finger, 1st fret, E string. So that's something that you can repeat. These drills, I think, are extremely helpful because it helps you isolate a skill, and then after you have internalized it with your fingers, then you can begin to use it in the context of other things. All right, so switching from C to F. Okay, so let's do it without strumming first. Okay, so we got our play position. We're gonna find the C chord. We're gonna take the 3rd finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the A string, and we're gonna do a 4 count. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. One thing I'm noticing as I'm doing this is that I land my A minor, the middle finger down first, and then the 1st finger slightly after that. So so it's really good to kind of think about, like, you know, which finger is sort of like the guiding finger. There's a lot of different ways to think about that, but anyway, I don't want to get too far off track there. Yeah, okay, so now we're gonna try it with the strumming. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C, switching from C to F. Okay, so I think that is the end of our lesson 2 in the beginner ukulele series. We learned a lot of new stuff today. I'm going to make a 5-minute practice video so that you can play the practice video and just do those drills. And really, like I was saying in the first video, my goal is for you to not to think too much about it. Just to be like an easy little thing that you do. Oh, 5 minutes, turn on the video, do the little exercises, move on with your day, you know? And if you feel, you know, excited and inspired, you want to play more, that's awesome, you know? It's all about tuning into the fun of it, the joy of it. Okay, so we're gonna stop right there and I'll see you next time.